The mystery behind Socorro Bayanihan Services Incorporated, the cultic activities situated in Surigao del Norte, Philippines. After the 2019 earthquake, individuals from Barangay Sering, Socorro, Surigao del Norte, were relocated to the mountain of Sitio Kapihan in Bucas Grande Island, while remaining in the same town under Rosalina Taruc's leadership, who founded Socorro Bayanihan Services Incorporated, SBSI, the person who started this civic organization in her town. When J. Renz Kilario joined the group in 2017, Rosalina Taruc, a former teacher at Socorro High School, pushed him to move to Sitio Kapihan. In December 2019, Kilario was persuaded to serve as the group's president. Since he was too young to be the organization's leader, according to Kilario, he hesitated to take the job. In June 2021, Rosalina Taruc passed away, which led to his appointment as president of the SBSI organization. Kilario further asserted that he is a messenger who has returned as Santo Niño based on the accounts of former members. Divinity claims, teachings and commands. Former SBSI members believe that Kilario has been the subject of claims of divinity. Under his direction, it is alleged that the group, which was once a civic organization, changed into a cult or religious sect. Former members stated that Kilario made claims about being God, notably that he was a Messiah and the Santo Niño. He claimed that disobeying his commands would result in eternal damnation in hell. According to them, Kilario has the power to summon birds to sing and halt the rain. Members of the SBSI left their homes after a magnitude 5.9 earthquake struck in February 2019 and went to Sitio Kapihan, Socorro, on the orders of J. Renz Kilario, whom they referred to as Senior Agila, and claimed to be God's reincarnation of Senior Santo Niño, Holy Child Jesus. In the early 2000s, SBSI was known to engage in farming under the direction of Nena Taruc, or Mama Nena, after receiving a protected area community-based resource management agreement from the DNR. SBSI underwent a shift in management in 2019 when J. Renz Kilario, also known as Senior Agila, government representatives went to SBSI in Sitio Kapihan in 2022 to offer relief during the epidemic, but found no signs of abnormality among the mountaineers. However, when the accusations were being investigated, the governor started to come down from Sitio Kapihan's mountain and reveal other crimes. He stated that 8 miners, all of whom previously belonged to the SBSI, were being cared for by the provincial administration. The SBSI was also accused of changing its direction from one of peaceful cohabitation with the government, society, and other stakeholders to one of controversy, and of gradually becoming a cult group. J. Renz Kilario, the so-called Senior Agila, had a very distinct charisma. Witnesses claim that he led marriages, baptisms, punishments, and orders. He made it obvious through media interviews that he was not God, but rather Santo Niño's reincarnation. Restricting children to go to school. SBSI members made it clear that they had been instructed to quit school, keep their hair trimmed uniformly, and bury their cell phones. In addition to the abuses and forced early marriages, leaving the gated Sitio Kapihan premises where it is housed. Underage Coco and Renzi identities shared their testimonies while being forcibly trained to become SBSIs like child soldiers. When questioned why they left Sitio Kapihan, Renz responded, "There was no education at 12 years old and still illiterate." According to school administrators, SBSI does not provide formal education for its youngest members. More than 800 kids in the Surigao del Norte municipality of Socorro stopped attending school in 2019 after moving to the highland community of Socorro Bayanihan Services Inc. Many of the younger members have dropped out of school and are illiterate. Records show that DPED personnel have also left their positions or retired. Change to punishment. Some Socorro Bayanihan Services Inc. members allegedly sold their possessions before relocating to the mountain, while others obtained loans. They moved into the mountain after joining the group. The leader, however, insisted that he did not steal his followers' money and instead claimed gifts that had been freely given. When some of the members were interrogated, they disclosed a variety of harsh tactics, such as being made to swim in a hole filled with feces and urine as punishment for disobeying SBSI rules. Those who disobey the regulations are put in the so-called foxhole, paddled, or forced to swim in the aroma beach, a pit filled with human waste and urine. It was also stressed that youngsters who are constantly being abused are found on Kapihan Mountain under the control of the cult leadership. Abuse and commands. However, a search of the marriage record and the birth and death records of SBSI members at the local civil registrar's office turned up nothing. She said that this is because the Nueva Jerusalem Esperanza Ministry government, the cult's government, issues its own birth, death, and marriage certificates. They abuse the SBSI youngsters in several ways, and they do so through the cult. The cult is the front used to avoid scrutiny, and it is what they employ to give its leaders impunity. The cult forces members of the community to turn a blind eye to the abuse and exploitation that is happening right in front of their eyes. According to reports, there was forced work, restricted freedom of movement, forced underage marriages, and harsh punishments for defying the rules, including bodily damage. One of the victim survivors revealed to the senators that Quilario pushed her to wed an 18-year-old guy while she was just 14 years old the previous year. She claimed that despite her objections, Quilario, who is referred to by his followers as Senior Agila, matched him with her spouse. The group's leader pushed several members, some as young as 12 years old, into child marriages. Parents compelled to marry off their minor children to older men as part of its deviant and cultic rites. Due to irregularities in the operation and claims made by former members, officials still looking into the organization to see whether there have been more crimes and violations in the area. According to a news agency update, government officials are currently handling the removal of the fencing and further investigations, as well as the cancellation of the DNR's agreement for this site.